Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Drew Valley. Last time, we had Eugene's gay awakening and proceeded with our search of how to enter the K ranch house faster. We know that it is somehow being done by... I'm going to say something quickly, and by Walter? I think Walter K, the old man, and that it is somehow related to Maynard K. It appears that we know about JG, the alleged illegitimate child of Walter. So, let's see if we can find any leads related to that. I think our first step would be to talk to Jason, who I think is the only person with the initial G around here. And, okay, never mind, actually, Jason. We have nothing to talk to you about, as it turns out. In that case, I suppose for this loop, we will talk to Riley first, then talk to the receptionist whose name I am blanking on, and then probably sit outside and watch the entire loop of outside the motel.
Sure.
Oh, there we go. Did you know that Maynard's statue has been damaged?
Really? What kind of damage are we talking about?
His penis and testicles had been whacked off.
Ouch. That sounds brutal. But, no. Never seen it or heard anything about it.
It's barely noticeable. Whoever fixed it knew what they were doing.
Ah, well, that sounds like it was done by Coral Destiny's Community Relations Department.
Huh.
They're, particularly focused on improving the local community and their own image along the way.
So that's why this button is on the vending machine. You gesture toward the red button adorned with a label showcasing Coral Destiny's bottled water.
Well, that and a few other things. Believe me, there's a good reason for it. Rue Valley has had a rough history with corporations, and I think Coral Destiny's aware of it. To avoid being seen in a negative light, they put a lot of effort into supporting Rue Valley's community, especially with the Local Employment Initiative. It's a program that prioritizes local residents for employment, offering them preferential treatment in the hiring process. They also develop specialized education programs, ensuring that the local applicants will be well prepared and qualified to work at the company.
Surprisingly benevolent.
Over 100 local residents are employed there in various positions, from janitors to astronauts in training.
That's a lot of people. Does anyone in the vicinity work for them?
Well, I worked for them until recently, and I was born and raised in Rue Valley. I lived here until I left to study at the university.
Why did you leave Coral Destiny?
It's a private matter. Let's say that decision had been brewing for some time.
Is it related to the death of Judy and Frank's following meltdown?
About 8 months ago, I bumped into Kathy, the assistant manager in the community relations department, during lunch in the cafeteria. We started chatting, and she mentioned they were considering reviving Bothwood's graveyard. The plan included restoring damaged graves and crypts, fixing paths and vegetation, and ensuring future maintenance.
Oh yeah, also we need to visit the mistress's grave in the Rue Valley Cemetery. That's also
Honestly,
something to do.
I forgot about it until now. I don't know if the initiative ever took off, but if it did, maybe Coral Destiny fixed the statue.
But why would they fix just that statue and not the rest of the graveyard?
Can't help you with that one. Sorry. Anyway, that's all I know.
Alright, thanks. Go visit the statue. It looks more potent than ever before.
All right. I will go check out the potency.
Hey. So someone other than Eugene is interested in muscular cowboys.
Oh, hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
Are these parts deserted or something? There is no traffic, and hardly any people.
The place has literally never been more alive. You should have seen it like 10 years ago. A total ghost town. I mean, I could walk all the way down the main street of Bothwood in the middle of the day and see maybe 2 people, tops.
That's, well, that must have been tough. Growing up with no people around.
Won't lie, it was tough. Even if you're happy just being on your own, the loneliness kind of gnaws at you. Slowly.
until it gets you. She makes she makes a silly face to show how it feels when it finally gets you.
I mean, when there's like 8 kids in your class, you don't get to choose who you hang out with. And it makes cheating on exams impossible, let me tell you.
He loves.
Yeah, wasn't easy growing up in the valley. All that changed when Coral Destiny came here. It was like our ghost town was being raised from the dead by the magic of space money. Anyhow, Bothwood is still a small town, with a small town mentality. Most young people still leave as soon as they can.
Space money is a pretty strong magic, can't argue with that. So, why?
Besides, more jobs, more stuff to see and do, no neighbors listening to your parents screaming at each other and generally sticking their noses into your life. None, I guess. But listen to me ramble on and on and on. Can I actually help you with something?
No, I'm good. So, let's sit and watch. Wait until something interesting happens. It's still early. You're pretty sure that you didn't miss anything important before now. It gives you a bit of confidence. You got this. Nothing much is going on. The sun is still on the horizon. Keep waiting. Why did you stop there? Time passes, but after a minute or two, you notice. Yay, what a revelation. She left the motel and drove south. You can't help but wonder where she went. To the gas station, we know already. Come on. The woman from the vending machine is gone. We also know her name. You took a mental note of that. Right, at exactly 8:08 p.m. Good. Now let's see what's next in line. You're careful not to miss anything, not even the tiniest detail. Like a faint sound coming from room 5 on the upper floor of the motel. The sound of a door unlocking. That would be Jason running out and going to the motel office. Okay, running out is a strong word. Shuffling out. Slowly. Jason Burns walks down the stairs and enters the reception area. Keep watching. What you're doing now is exploration in 4 dimensions, and you're doing good. You're pretty certain you know everything that happens before this. You keep it all in your mind. The woman leaves the vending machine at 8:08 p.m. The man from room 5 enters the reception area at 8:12 p.m. Well, let's see what happens next. Soon after, you hear the familiar sound of the reception area door. Hello, Percy Raga. We are not going to talk to you. Probably. Goodbye, Jason. Jason leaves the reception area, hops on his bicycle, and heads north. He will be sold by the time he reaches the bar. Get up. That's seriously all that there is to see. Yeah, sorry, Percy. We are not that interested. Okay, nope. We are actually done. Wow, that was completely useless, I would say. I learned absolutely nothing of value. Let's go to the graveyard. To the graveyard. Could have also read the book, but let's make some progress. Or at least try. And it only takes a few minutes to get here. Feels like maybe this area. Okay, there are actually quite a lot of plots around here. To check. If you thought the first black granite grave would be this one, you're sorely mistaken. Well, you have to start somewhere. And what better way to start than badly? The gravestone doesn't match any of the parameters. HG initials, year of date 1983, and the person is not female. Keep on looking, and at least console yourself with the fact that you won't be here forever, unlike me. And is it one? Okay, never mind. Let's see, year of death? No. HG initials? No. Female? No. The corpse was buried in 1946, and it shows. The grave is almost a ruin. No advocating isn't, it is identical to every other grave. The stone is cracked, desert lichen and weeds are growing out of it. After almost a whole century, this person has surely been forgotten by everyone, the world included. Now that's the real death, when they forget you. When no one is talking about you, even in passing, when no one knows your name, then you're truly gone. But perhaps he's strolling the meadows of eternal spring, wrapped in the blanket of perpetual bliss. Or he's screaming in the never-ending agony in the storm vortex of tortured souls. Considering those two options, never-ending bliss or torment, endless oblivion doesn't sound that bad. Drink that half-empty cup of yours already, will you? The worst thing is, the corpse would probably want to be here, if he could wish for anything, while you want to be anywhere but here. The irony of life, or death. Another mistake, and a double at that. This grave holds two people, not one. Neither has the proper initials, nor the year of death. Both died the same year. The epitaph says, to mom and dad, for eternal sleep. And when was the last time you went to the cemetery to visit your mom? I hate when people use euphemisms. Actually, no. Yeah. They're dead, not asleep. You didn't answer the question. Besides, don't you get that euphemisms might help people accept something as final and unacceptable as death? Don't you understand that your refusal to visit probably means you still haven't accepted her death? Great, I'm becoming my own therapist. Who needs Dr. Fink? Alone or with Dr. Fink, you'll have to face this, as well as the other worms that are eating you alive from the inside. There is no way forward without that. But come on now, let's smooth out the creases on that carpet of your psyche and keep on looking for the right grave. This time, at least the year of death is correct. Everything else, not so much. Words below the deceased name catch your eye. All my worldly possessions I leave to myself. That last will must have caused some rapidly growing ulcers for both Loris and family. Speaking of which, what happened to writing that testament of yours? Don't you even care what happens to your property, puny as it is, when you die? Let's see. Why even bother when there is almost nothing to leave? A whole life, all that energy spent, all those years of struggle and suffering, nothing came of it. But that's not the crux of the matter. Possessions will waste away or be squandered. The real problem, if you dropped dead this instant, there would be nothing for people to remember you by. You had such big dreams of creating worlds out of nothing, but then you wasted your life on nothing. What about those thousands of articles I've written? Empty words drowned in an ever-expanding digital ocean of content. They won't make anyone think, won't change anyone's life. But you're not dead. Yet. So it's still not over. If you ever escape from this time loop thing. Maybe things will be different. You're still far away from that goal. Come on, this grave won't find itself. Nope, this grave has it all wrong. Listen, this will take even more time than expected. Time is all I have. Keep searching graves in this and future loops until you find the right one. We do indeed have this option. You could have maybe skipped over the drive. That was unnecessary. Okay, Eugene? Wow. Wow me. We have already examined that grave, Eugene. Okay, man, it can't possibly be that tedious. You're just walking around and searching. And you don't even get tired because it takes like 40 minutes. Here we are. One Hannah Gold is buried here. So the initials are right, the gender is correct, and year of death, 1983. Check. Let's just make sure that's the right grave. Examine it in detail. All the parameters are there. It's the grave, even though there are no traces of the red paint used to desecrate it. But wait, on the second look, you see something after all. Whoever cleaned it used chemicals so strong that they wiped away the red, but burned the words into stone. They are faint, but you can see the suffix Digo added to her last name, as well as the word Apex Whore below her name. Someone was very angry. Anger would result in a shattered gravestone. It would burn out quicker than the time necessary to get a brush, paint, and write the words. This looks much more premeditated. Go back. Why are we going back? Okay, we need to hit the Wi-Fi apparently. Okay then, let's go to the gas station, I suppose, and look up Hannah Gold. Drive north. We should still have some time left to be able to hit the internet, I think. Yes, we do. Let's see what this Rue Valley Historical Archive is. You quickly find the site, which is more like a heap of documents than a proper online archive. There are many directories with rushed or provisional labels like "Sorted later." Each directory holds raw scans of documents, whose names are also all over the place. There is a shitload of things here, and no proper search engine or index of files. You can only search exact terms contained in file name and hope for the best. Now that you know whom to look for, you can use her name to find the letters. Type Hannah Gold. You immediately end up in a directory called "To be confirmed." It has a lot of subdirectories, probably documents waiting to be checked for authenticity. Among them is one called Hannah Gold Letters 1921. This must be what you're looking for. Scans inside the directory are named Letter 1, Letter 2, etc. It looks like it's time to read someone else's mail. Read the letters. All of them were written by Maynard K. for Hannah Gold. In essence, they are love letters, with love scarcely mentioned. What dominates is his description of what he'll do to her between the sheets. By today's standards, it would be considered sexy. Sadly, none of the letters are her responses, so you don't know how she reacted. In one of the letters, you come upon an interesting passage. My Longhorn kicks up dust thinking about you and me taking the back road yesterday. And all that time, my wife thought... My wife thought I was in my cabinet doing business. I told her I'll be spending Thursday night doing work again, so you better be ready for some rough quarreling. Okay, that sounds violent. On the bright side, it's now obvious how Walter leaves the house undetected. There must be a secret passage in the cabinet that leads outside. All that remains is to find it. Yay, progress! In the next loop, we can go to the K house. Why not? Let's play some hyper-casual protagonist. Okay, we're squishing the antagonists. This game is also feeling weirdly undeveloped because outside of the initial Loop 1 exploration, it kind of had nothing to it. So that's quite odd, I would say. Now.
Still with me?
Yes, hello again, Fink. Let me steal your book and get the hell out of here. Take the book with me. There is Lilith undercover, my beloved.
Come on, you thief!
And off we go. To K Ranch.
I'll break
Maybe
you
we
open
should
if
have
I
dropped by Kuiper on the way and picked up Frank's phone. But on the other hand, we don't need it in this loop, so it can stay. And our time at K Ranch is sharply limited. Okay, memory updated the signal. Why is it updated? Because that is probably a bug and it keeps getting updated with no actual update. Alright. I think this is Maxine's room, so I guess we can check it out. Maybe save first. Of course. A mix of handiwork and tradition. It looks old, something that's lingered in this house for generations. Trophies. Golden trophies line a rickety shelf, not a speck of dust or grime. What's with this golden scroll trophy? There is an inscription at the base of the trophy. 1995 Stockman's Quiz, Rue Spring County Fair. Then, Maxine K, first place. What the hell is the Stockman Quiz? The mystery is revealed in a few clicks later. It's a knowledge contest about livestock. Everything from equipment used to feeding, basic veterinary skills, meat production, you name it, it's there. Wait, this sparks a half-buried memory. Didn't you write an article about this exact topic? Yeah, I wrote a lot of shit back in the day. It's all word noise on the internet anyhow. Take a look at the trophy shaped like a galloping horseman shooting a rifle. Despite the deception casted by Golden Glitter, a scratch on one of the horse's legs reveals the trophy is actually made out of plastic. A cursive inscription on the trophy base reads, Horseback Shooting Competition, Bothwood County Fair, 1994, followed by first name, Maxine K. Wasn't Maxine, like, super young back then? What about it? You're telling me you wouldn't entrust your child to shoot a firearm from horseback? Please. Pick up the trophy shaped like a lasso. You have to admire the craftsmanship. The texture really feels like a real rope bound in lasso. The base of the trophy reads 1997 Cow Herding Tournament, Crimson Desert County Fair, and Maxine K, first place. What's underneath all this gold paint? Plaster, probably. As the paint slowly chips away, your nails reveal a real rope underneath. Whoever made it probably used a ton of superglue to make it work. What about this trophy shaped like a golden spur? The inscription reads, Rue Canyon County Fair, and horseback riding, Maxine K, first place, with the year 2000. Who knew this place kept such strong traditions for a way of life that's been dead for more than a century? Some things are just hard to kill. Seems Maxine was groomed from a very young age for a very specific way of life. One that doesn't entail owning and running a gas station. All of us are just ruins of our parent. Actually, no, hope she's happy now. Okay, that takes time, unfortunately, which is probably fine. It's a stereo system, probably from the late 90s or early 2000s. You spent countless hours blasting angsty music through a very similar device back in your teenage years. Jonathan. The stereo hums to life, and LED lights flicker across the control panel, almost too eager to show off its cutting-edge features. 2 cassette discs, a radio receiver, a CD player that can hold 7 discs, and the big bass boost option. Check out the cassette decks. There is a cassette inside the right deck. The left one is empty. Play the cassette. A smooth, plaintive voice glides over a steady rhythm of accordion and guitar. The lyrics speak of leaving everything behind and long nights spent far from home. Check the cassette. The deck doesn't budge at first, peaking slightly before you manage to pry it open. Label on the cassette reveals it is a DIY mixtape, but what was written on the label is faded and smudged beyond recognition. Check out the CD player. What can you say? It boasts a 7-disc capacity. Quantity is a quality of its own, right? Yes, 7 whole discs. You could load up an entire week worth of music, or just let it sit there, showing off its potential. Whoever last used it clearly didn't have the vision for that kind of commitment, as the display flickers, indicating there is only 1 disc inside. Play the disc. The disc begins to spin, and the speakers come alive with a surge of grinding beats, metallic melodies, and harsh synths screeching like factory alarms. Oh shit, it's Ironwave. The beats catch you off guard, a blast from the past you weren't quite prepared for. Eject disc. The CD tray slides out with a soft mechanical whir, revealing a burnt CD. Written across the surface in uneven marker is the note. Not Gastarbeiter Blues, music from Jace. It's only when you read it again that it hits you that Gastarbeiter Jace could be Jason the Dumper Birth. No, it has to be him. Yeah, and he definitely looks old enough to still be burning audio discs in 2027. Speaking of audio discs, don't you still drive a car with a CD player? If you thought ahead and burned a couple of discs yourself before coming here, you could have been cruising through this desert to music you actually like. Leave. Okay, we need to ask Alex about Jace. And we are unfortunately running out of time. The bed is neatly made, ready for sleep or simply for show. Nothing remarkable about it, except that it's Maxine's, and it has the air of a family ale. Switch the bed. You find nothing, except the nagging thought that it looks far more comfortable than the bed in your own room, despite being much, much older. It carries the faint scent of lavender and herbs, probably from a homemade sofa. They really don't make them like they used to. Let's check the documents. A booklet with a lot of text written in very small letters. And it is nothing. The shelf holds several photo albums. One of them is made of cowhide. The black and white pattern is still vibrant, despite the album's apparent age. The second album is made out of faux leather, with an even faker gold print of K Family. A crumbling plastic cover barely holds the third album, and there is a faded title, Bothwood High School, Generation of 2000. Thumb through the K Family album. The first few pages hit you right in the feels. All of them are packed to the brim with pictures of a funeral. Maxine must really like picking at her emotional scabs. Speaking from experience, are we? One photograph stands out. Walter in a black suit and black cowboy hat, black-clad Alex and Maxine by his side. All of them are holding a fistful of soil, like they're preparing to throw it into the gaping grave. The date is February 15th, 1990. That must have been tough. Maxine lost her mom when she was, 4 years old? Old enough to remember her. Far too young to have any coping mechanisms. Tough is an understatement. The following pages are all filled with instant print landscapes of Rue Valley, with a horse or two in some of the shots. Someone went on exploration expeditions. But all the pictures look raw. The frames are askew, or there is too much light, like a young child was handling the camera. One particular picture from the series pops out. Walter staring at the endless desert, cheeks and eyes bloodshot. Below, it says only, Pops, 1991. I know that redness, that empty stare. Yep, he is dead drunk. A state you pull yourself from one time too many. The next pages are filled with similar photographs, Walter on a porch, an empty bottle of Numb Night next. Walter next to the ranch house that's deteriorating even more rapidly than him. Walter with kids who look so full of life, like they're leashing his own vitality. Among many, another photograph from the graveyard stands out. The title is Mom's Anniversary, February 2nd, 1993. Everyone is clad in black. Maxine is sitting on Walter's knee, wearing a cowboy hat. Alex is further away, his arms folded and full of rocks. Yeah, those are some nice rocks. Some granite, some basalt. You might want just one or two for your own collection. You continue flipping through pages and start noticing a pattern established with the last picture. Maxine is always around, always dressed like him. And Alex, he's always around, but always occupied with something else. One of the photographs from this period pops out. Maxine is determined, holding a golden trophy shaped like a lasso. Walter is gleaming with pride, and Alex is further away, his face filled with dismay. The title below reads, My First Golden Lasso, 1997. Okay. It's weird. Walter looks far happier than Maxine. Just tell you who actually wanted that trophy more. At the very end of the album, you find an ancient photograph. It's so old that it has almost utterly faded away. A horse in full gallop, a rider standing in stirrups, spinning a lasso around him. Check the Bothwood High School album. Okay. Look for Alex K. Alex sports punk spiky hair, a purple suit jacket, and a once black t-shirt with Leo Thatcher for mayor. Search for Maxine K. Maxine took her prom picture in jeans and with a cowboy hat. How's that for a statement? Is Frank here? If you hadn't seen Anita's old camera recordings earlier, you surely wouldn't recognize the man. Frank looks like life wasn't kind to him, but almost normal. Flip through the whole album. All in all, 32 pictures of teenagers that made an effort to look their best, or their worst. At the end of it, you find an instant print picture from the celebration. It says, Frank, Alex, Maxine, 2004. Frank and Alex are draining whiskey bottles from intertwined hands, while Maxine is cheering them on. Take the cowhide apple. Such preserved hide makes your skin crawl. You feel like this album is more than 100 years old, like it will crumble in your hands. Good cow. Caress the cover. With each gentle touch, the fur prickles up, coming to life in your hands, inviting you to pry open the album, uncover its secrets. The pages are yellow and thin, and each is filled with duct-taped instant print photographs that were also popular some 40 years ago. Look for a dedication or any sign of ownership. At the bottom right corner of the cover, you see MOK scratched into the surface, but it's so obscured with age that you can't be sure it's even there. Flip through the pages, see what this album's story is. The album is mostly filled with instant print pictures of a man in a cowboy hat and a blonde woman that's taller than him. Below every photo are names, Walter Kay and Helen Dewey, and dates in the time span of 1980-1981. Seeing dozens of pictures from various locations, it seems to you Walter and Helen have explored a whole area, from mountain slopes to river canyons to vast open expanses of desert. Must be nice to have someone to share a hobby with. Remembering how it used to be. Sure you want to go down that road. Sure you don't remember how it ended last time. The following pages are filled with professional photographs of the modest wedding of Walter and Helen. He is still sporting a cowboy hat, but the suit is new. She is lovely in her laced wedding dress and high heel. The date is February 2nd, 1982. The ranch house looms in the background of many celebratory pictures. It's practically unrecognizable from the ruin you saw today. Oh, okay, so we do in fact establish that Eugene's quote-unquote partner was a woman. A bit surprising. I would, from his cowboy awakening, I would have expected it to be a man. But okay. Maybe that was my mistake. Should have hiked more with her. and she would still leave you in her dustbin. Face it, there was nothing else you could do. It was always going to end like that. Moving on from heartbreak, at the end of the album you see 3 pictures. Helen is in a torn hospital gown, her hair messed, eyes bloodshot. Walter is right next to her, gleaming with pride. Both of them are holding a newly born baby, screams and blood smears and all. Helen is cradling hers protectively, while Walter is proudly displaying what is undoubtedly his newborn son. Below the picture you read, Maxine and Alex Kay, and the date, September 17th, 1986. Come on, people, at least give them a bath before they're taking a picture. That would kind of ruin the whole point of a birth picture, wouldn't it? The next photograph shows Walter and Helen with children who are a few years old. Walter is holding Alex, who is dressed like his clone, along with a baby cowboy hat, while Maxine is with her mom. The date is April 24th, 1988. So Walter was favoring Alex at first, then Maxine. The last photograph was taken by a real professional. Its colors are still bright and true. Walter is holding both Alex and Maxine on his shoulders, and Helen by the hand. Behind them is a large blue and red banner, Walter Kay, Mayor, for our children. The date is January 12, 1988. I've seen enough. And the last thing to check out here. You've already given it a once-over. What? You've already given it a once-over duct tape, dusty, unused. What the fuck? Sure. Open the books. Inside, a few ornaments, some coloring pens, a hair clip, and several pins, trinkets, little things that feel more like memories than objects. Without the one who kept them, you can't be sure what any of it means. You can only guess. Okay. The ornaments. Maybe from her last New Year's with your mom. Maybe. Possibly. You can't say for sure. Enough of this guessing game. Better to focus on what can be known without imagination. Put the lid back. Okay, we have finished this investigation. And learned Sweet FA. We can only ask Alex about the name Jace, but for that we need to even meet Alex, which we are yet to do. So, where is Walter Kay's cabinet? I am getting... Oh, fuck you. How dare you. You stole my minute on this shit. So it's this, and I would guess... Actually, I'm not sure which one it would be. The shelf holds plenty of thinner books, magazines, journals, publications. Mixed in are several bulky volumes that look like photo albums. Look at the titles. Mostly magazines and publications from the late 80s. Some crumble in your hands, releasing a dusty cloud that stings your eyes. Each one carries something about Walter Kay's For Our Children movement. Interviews, analysis, opinion pieces. These rich types always think they're born to rule. A few articles are circled over and over, with words like lies and traitors scrawled angrily in the margins. Looks like Walter didn't enjoy how the media portrayed him, or at least his movement. Maybe he just wasn't good at presenting his ideas. Easy to get lost in your own words when you're burning with anger. Look at the album. The photographs look old, 30 years at least. All from gatherings, rallies, meetings. A striking figure stands at the center of them all. Walter Kay, young, sharper, almost unrecognizable compared to the photo of the man you have seen. He looks happy here. He probably thought he was on the verge of winning. For the children, of course. Enough dust for one day. Nothing else worth checking on here. Alas, we guessed wrong with which cabinet to pick at.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yeah, and I have a question. I don't imagine we
you should
will
go.
need the book in this loop, because we are just going back to the Kay Manor. So we will probably be out of time, but let us pick it up nonetheless. and straight to the case we go.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Apparently some people are complaining that the transitions in this game are too long. Actually, now that I think about it, I might have talked about this in the last video, so I will not. And yeah, I cannot say that transitions bother me. Fucked up our foot again. Let's go for this cabinet then. Unlike the other shelves, this one is colorful. The hues are faded, dried by time, but they still stand out of place almost. Check the blue covered books. They're cheesy romance novels, all of them. Old ones. Really old. Early 20th century by the looks of it. Inside, a damsel in distress, a mysterious but devastatingly handsome stranger who turns out to be wealthy too. They fall in love against all odds and live happily ever after. All of it is set in the cowboy era. Herds of horses galloping across ranches, lavish parties in grand manners. So realistic. Of course it's possible. For some. Not you. Okay, that was the wrong one too. Actually, then let's check the portrait maybe. Never mind. Heavy tomes dominate the shelf. Museum pieces from a bygone era. Look for the oldest book. Hard to say which one is truly the oldest, but a few are clear contenders. One even has a year imprinted on it, 1880. It looks like a guide of sorts, the kind explorers wrote to share their experiences. So, travel reviews, before reviews were even a thing. Especially if the explorer was lucky enough to return from the journey alive. Predating the rest by decades, it holds only dust and bygone stories. No help to you. Explore the largest book. It's almost as wide as your hand. Its title is written in gold, cursive letters. Brief history of the saddle and stirrup. Brief? You could kill someone with this thing. True. Fitting perhaps, since you could also kill someone with saddles or stirrups. Drop either on their head from their right height, and that's that. Look at the titles. Most of the books don't have titles on the spine, only leather, each bound in a slightly different shade. Whoever owned them must have known each one by heart, never needing words on the cover. You could spend the whole day here rummaging through the past. Better get back to something, in the present. Oh. So it's none of them. Oh, okay. Dust gathered on the mirror helps hide your image. Check behind the mirror. Before you even exert any effort to move it, you feel cool air pass between your fingers. This is it. This is where it all led. The frantic inspection of the door manufacturer forum, the never-ending rummaging through the paper archive, followed by the endless digging in the digital one, and countless loops spent combing the graveyard. It all led to the simplest solution, hidden in plain sight. Nevertheless, feels good, doesn't it? Okay. I got an achievement that says hunt down every little spark of inspiration hidden around Rue Valley. Okay, apparently. And we are over-inspired. You feel pumped and ready to tackle the world. +1 impulsive, +1 extroverted. Sort of helpful, I guess, but it will probably go away in the next loop, so not actually helpful. It sure does. Well done. And we have discovered the secret passage in the K-Wrench. As the dusty mirror creaks out of the way, you see a small passage leading out of the study. Walk through the passage. That's it. You're outside. This whole time, a faster way inside the hidden room was hidden behind a broom closet in the shed. Honestly, Eugene, you probably could have just figured that out, but alright. You are not the brightest bulb, we already know that. You have traveled through the K family's history in both the physical and digital worlds, to finally find the secret passage Walter K uses to slip out unnoticed, hidden behind the something mirror. We do not have anything to check on the internet, So let's just read the book for 3 minutes until the time is up. Kill some time with the book until the loop ends. Oh, we are not even paranoid. Interesting. Check if there was any deformities in the paper that would indicate where to start from. It's all part of the experience. Be a detective. Yep, we reach the end of the chapter. And there it is. The end of the world yet again. So, I think we are going to go pick up Frank's phone from the Kuiper Belt, then read to end the loop, and then end the session. And in the next session, go and finally meet with Alex. Because why not? Why shouldn't we? And also I expect meeting with Alex to take quite a bit of time, because he is the last major character we have left.
Out already.
So I would rather leave it for the future, since we are running out of time anyway, and these episodes have been quite long. Oh, we maintain over-inspired. If we got slightly drunk, we could actually be in a pretty good shape, I think. I think we would be at calculated 1 and introverted 2, at calculated 0 and introverted 1 maybe. Let's see if this gets us to normal.
Hey, I'm Travis.
Okay, never mind, we cannot actually get drunk here. So, it's full. Pick it up. Yes, we have Frank's phone with us, but we don't actually need it anymore. Let's read the book. Until the loop ends. It's not like we have anything to learn from Jason. With a deep sigh of pleasure and relief, she slid off his naked, wet-drenched body. Interesting. Lillian's red hair spread all over the pillow, her fingers fumbling for a pack of cigarettes. She had no idea she would actually enjoy this dangerous, reckless sex. At least it took her mind off the killer, and the revelation of her name, Lilith. It made sense that only a woman could commit such heinous crimes. As Lillian wondered, her mind slowly slipped into sleep. There is no point in stopping now. Nothing is more important than finishing this book. Agreed. Let's finish this. Read the rest of the book, no matter what it takes. In the 1 minute we left. Your heart races with anticipation as you squeeze the book tighter. What will happen next? Will Lillian crack the case? And the most important question, who is the killer? I must know. You dive deep into the story, and time starts to pass. And pass. And seriously pass, all of its 1 minute. A trickle of blood... Oh, we are in the next loop. A trickle of blood led her to a pool, filled with gory remains. Another dismembered victim. There, in the shadows, Lillian forced her tired body into pursuit, high heels ringing on the cobblestones. Darkness of the reeking streets all around her, darkness rising within her. Unable to control herself, Lillian falls, and continues falling past the cobblestones. Lillian opens her eyes. She's in a derelict building that reeks of blood and feces. The place, the smell, it is familiar to her. Everything in Lillian screamed not to open the cabinet, not to face the truth. But there was no stopping now. With a creak of worm-ridden wood, Instruments used for bloody murder are revealed. A bone saw, a cleaver, a butcher's knife. Above them, a mirror. The pockmarked surface shows here the face of the killer. Her face. The cold eyes of a predator, ringed with dark circles. Blood-smeared lips. Red hair, patchy from being torn out. How did she lose control? How did it come to this? From a hunter of murderers to a hunted murderer. The end. Not that bad. I wonder if they ever made a sequel. And we got yet more inspiration. Yes, they did make a sequel, and it is in Kuiper. Not sure what the hell that book was about. And an achievement. Lilith Uncovered. Read the full saga of a femme fatale with a sharp tongue and a sharper exit strategy. Well, of course, it wasn't a full saga because we did not read the sequel. Let's end the loop here. Until the loop ends. Squish them all. Enough of this for now. Beep beep, beep beep.
Still with me?
Hello again, Fink.
Alright, you should
I
go
don't want your book now because I have finished reading it. But before we end the episode, I want to do a little experiment and see what our state is when we are slightly tipsy. Now let's get that numb night into us. Okay, we become completely ambiverted. You are neither introverted nor extroverted, and you feel equally fine completely alone as you do surrounded by a huge group of people. But that makes us unkind. So, yeah, I would say not worth it. Not worth it. I would say not worth it. So, okay, and our band slips down to the bottom. So, this will be the end of today's episode. We are going to Kate's Ranch and continuing from there next time.
Spit it out already.
So, thank you for watching, everyone, and have a good day. Goodbye.